Welcome to the Daily Dosage. I'm Pat Beach.
I'm John Lorge.
And I'm PJ Ross.
So you guys had questions, and we got your answers. So we're going to start off by talking about the NBA. Guess who's next 78 had a question, and that is, are we going to see Ricky Rubio playing in the NBA this season?
I'm sorry, T-Wolves fans, but I do not think he will. Right now, Rubio's in discussions with a few other Spanish League teams, including Barcelona, and it looks like if you want to watch him this year, you better get one of those really big satellite dishes.
Now we're going to jump over to Major League Baseball, and Catman12 asks, are we going to see Urban Santana and Gary Matthews Jr. traded from the Angels for Roy Halladay?
I don't think it's very likely. Santana's struggled a bit this year. He has an ERA up over 7, and he's had some injuries to add on to that. Matthews is a great talent, but I think they'd have to add Kendry Morales or Howie Kendrick to get that deal done, and that still might be pushing it, considering the Jays turned down the Phil's offer, including Drayback and 3 other young guys. So I don't think that's going to happen. The Angels might be more in the market for Cliff Lee or slightly less level. The Angels might be in the market for an end-of-the-rotation starter rather than an ace like Halladay.
And now back to the NBA, where Guess Who's Next 78 had another question, which is, what D-League players are on the rise?
When I watched the Summer League, I saw 3 guys that I was really impressed with. James White, Malik Hairston, and Cartier Martin were all small forwards that were looking to make a statement. White can be an athletic defender when motivated. Hairston is a very good scorer off the wing. And Cartier Martin posted a high teens average on a thick Golden State roster.
Are we going to see any of those highlight reel dunks from James White like we saw through his high school career and at Cincinnati?
I sure hope so. He's been a participant in the D-League All-Star game, and if he can make it into the NBA, he might challenge Braun for that 2010 title.
So again, back to Major League Baseball, where UndeadMan94 asked, what are the Dodgers' chances of getting Roy Halladay?
They're not looking good. The Dodgers don't want to give up Clayton Kershaw or Chad Billingsley, and at this point, that's been the deal breaker for the Jays. Once again, the Phillies turned down the deal with Happ and Drayback in it, and Billingsley and Kershaw are both much more advanced than those two, but the Dodgers want to stick to their young prospects and keep the pieces while they can. I'd say it's much more likely that they trade for Victor Martinez or Cliff Lee, considering they've had scouts in Cleveland all weekend checking them out.
And so to finish up the questions we got about the NBA, Just Tubing It 1990 asked, what team made the biggest moves this summer, but still is not a contender in the championship picture?
It'd have to be the Detroit Pistons with the additions of Ben Gordon, Charlie Villanueva, and Chris Wilcox. They got bigger and more athletic this offseason, and now they have one of the best one-on-one scorers in the NBA. The East got a lot better as a whole, though, and I really don't think it's going to be enough for them to make a title push.
What player could you see potentially going to the Pistons that would take them to that level?
I don't think they have enough room right now to add another guy in the offseason. It'd really take a true center for them to have championship aspirations.
And now to close our Mailbag show this week, Guess Who's Next 78, our Mailbag MVP of the week, asked, do you see the Minnesota Twins making any moves to either rebuild or stock up for the rest of the season?
I certainly do. I think the Twins need to be aggressive in a tight AL Central race with the White Sox and the Tigers. One move could put them over the top, and a guy like Orlando Cabrera coming in there to solidify the left side of their infield could really help things out. He's been swinging a hot bat lately, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see Cabrera wearing a Twins uniform before the week is over.
So do you think that may take the Minnesota Twins into the playoff race?
I think it could be what they need. They got great sticks like Mauer and Morneau on there. They just lost Joe Creedy to injury, who's a great defender at third, but I think Cabrera could be great to solidify that side of the infield and really make them have a good push to October.
So overall, do you guys think Guess Who's Next 78 is a Minnesota sports fan?
Oh, without a doubt, that's all he wants to know about, those T-Wolves.
Keep checking in with us, man. We got you covered over there.
Do you got more questions? Because we got more answers. Rate our videos, give us comments, hit us up on Twitter, and definitely subscribe to our channel. We want to know, what teams do you want to hear more about?